Okay, good morning. Morning, Sunday morning, Sunday morning. This is a time, a really, really good time. Sunday mornings, you get up, you get a cup of coffee, you get a little breakfast, and you start looking at your charts, right? And saying, what am I going to do? Well, in order to see what you're going to do, you need to see what you've done. Okay? What does the previous week do? Okay, this is the S&P, and we made new highs. I think 51.23. Yeah, 51.23. I think it's new all-time high. 51.23 up here. Okay, so what happened? Friday. Okay, so I'll just do a review, really quick review of Friday's price action. And this is another testimonial to Trade Globex. If you have any inclination to make money overnight, trade Globex. Now, how to trade Globex? How to trade this? And let's do some analysis on this. Okay. As I have said before, price action in Globex tends to move from this VWAP extension to this VWAP extension. From this guy, that's actually dark red, maroon, okay? Sellers, green, buyers. Sellers, buyers, okay? So it tends to move back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's riding this line up. Eventually it comes right back down to our old friend down here. The cyan balls right there. Those cyan balls are VPOCs. Okay, there's volume point of control. And those are areas that price action will react to one way or another. Usually. Not always, but usually. Okay, especially in Globex, where the volume is a little bit lighter and these rotations show up much better. Okay, value area high, green balls, value area low, red balls. Maybe I should reverse that, but maybe I should make those red balls and green balls. But anyway, so there's your VPOC. Okay, value area high, back down, exits that cloud right there, come back down right there to that value area low, which was established way back here. Okay, there's value area low, value area high up here. Value area high comes down and just waffles back through here, and then comes down at, what was that? 1:15, 1:30 in the morning, somewhere in there. Comes back down to VWAP, bounces up. See where that move is from there? Your VPOC moved from there to there, which stopped price action going up, right? Now, go down. Boom. So where are we going, right? As these shift, you mark these zones, or you mark these levels, because those are potential targets for you to make money, okay? Those are not areas or levels that price is guaranteed to stop, but they make excellent targets. So catch this. Where's my previous one? My previous one's right there, and I just drew a line there, okay? Shifted up, came down, right there, boom, right to that previous level, okay? We made a new VPOC down here. So you buy that VPOC. Here's the retest of that VPOC. You can see it right there. Retest, what are you targeting? You're targeting the previous VPOC right there at 5105. So what are you doing is you're coming back down. If you sold it, say for example you sold it here 5101.50 down to 5093.75. Came down a little bit. You buy, and then you're buying. You're buying that the bottom of that zone. And I screwed that up. you're buying into this zone right there, which is there. Move this a little bit, and you can see that where we zoomed in on it. Okay, nice little zone there. Came down into that zone. Well, why did I drew that? I drew that zone. Here's support. Here's a support zone that was established during Globex. From you take value area low, and then you draw back up to the previous VPOC, right? There's your support zone, right? There we go. So you could actually, if you wanted to, okay, if you wanted to do this, you could draw this guy from here as it shifted down, right? Just draw it down to there if you wanted to, okay? Because what happened is price action, you knew about this. Price action came down and then pushed it down a little bit, okay? So value area low to VPOC. There we go. Now there's your support zone, right? What happened at Globex, right? Came right back down to that zone and rejected. Boom, right back up. So there's more money to be made, right? So you're buying, say for example, you buy there, you get out there, okay? So there's a, say for example, from 5101.50 down to 5093.75, and then you buy whatever that is, 5093, right back up to 5101.50. There's a nice little chunk of change in Globex. It'd take you, 2 or 3 hours, something like that. Let's see, from basically 3 o'clock, right before 3 o'clock, right? And you're at your, you're working, say 15 minutes before London Open. There it is. There's your resistance. Boom, right back down to support, and then you're waiting for that bounce and that bounce up. So in a space of 255 to 725, if you're up and sitting here drinking a cup of coffee and watching price action and in a trading room and talking to your buddies, in the trading room, just kind of shooting the breeze, there you go. So it's slow action during Globex, and there's a lot of people that don't like that because they're adrenaline junkies and they want to get that fix, they want to get that high. And Czar from Zerillion Trading did a really, really good video about that, about how that will trap you. You're an adrenaline junkie, you're a young guy, you're 25, 30 years old, something like that. You're an adrenaline junkie, you like to jump out of planes, you like to do this, and you hate Globex because it doesn't move. Because, I need some action, I need to see some action. Well, psychologists know that. These guys that are hired, these psychologists that are hired by these big boys know that, and so that's why they love to do these nice little moves during Globex, because they know people aren't going to be in Globex because all these guys are, they're adrenaline junkies, and they go, well, I'm going to sleep here. Okay, well that's fine, trade RTH, but you're missing out. Okay, so let me go back to this. You'll see this very, very often in the market. Okay, value area high. And we saw this a little. We saw this a little bit here, but we really saw it during London session, and you will see it during Globex, usually London session. Value area high comes down, okay, and it could be anywhere in here. That was Globex Open. Came down to Globex Open, bounced up, rejected VWAP, came back down to value area low, and then back through it. Okay, you usually get one bounce. Sometimes you'll get two. Okay, what happened here is let me delete that line there, because I'll show you this guy. See here. Anywhere in here. Okay, we can pick. We can pick here if you want to, back down to settlement price if you want to, or we can just pick this guy as it came back to London, London Open right there. You can see where it came down. It came down right in here. There's your retest. Here's your Globex retest right there. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, right? And then reject, 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 and then back to the upside. There we go. There. And you can see, well, let me move that because you can see the Globex. There's the rejects right there. And then back to the upside we go. Pop through 5101.50, okay? Right there at that zone. People taking profit there, taking profit there, taking profit in this zone, and then taking profit at that value area high, okay? And if you're a one and done, two and through trader, from here, right, from here down to in this area, and then right back up to value area high, value area high, value area low, value area high. There's even more money. There's an even, this is for the scalper guys that are, they're looking for that pattern. But there is a pattern here. See, down, down, up, reject, VWAP, reject, and then up. Okay, but there's another pattern here. Value area high, do value area low, then back to value area high, and that's a huge moneymaker right there. And as these things flatten out, they make great zones. Look at that great zone there, right there, great zone, okay? So you buy it up, buy it up, buy it up, okay? Now, you come up to, there's RTH open, right? 925, you're coming in, you're going, wow, what's all that mean? So I haven't seen anything that's going to tell me to get out, right? Stop that. And Sierra has this nasty habit of when you move the chart, like I just click down over here and the whole thing moves. And I have set this thing back to constant range a number of times, and it will still bounce. And I think it's a bug in Sierra, but they won't talk about it. Anyway, doesn't matter. So what happens? I've got RTH open. Okay, there's my RTH open. There's 930. Okay. Still running. Okay, so we have RTH open, right? Okay, this is 9:30. Okay, on 9:30, there's RTH open. We pop up, right? We're still continuing to buy, right? But now we see right there? See where that VPOC is? That VPOC shifts up, which means we're starting to form a resistance zone. It doesn't mean short it, but not necessarily. You could, but you'd have to keep your stops back because you might get run over. Okay, so let's walk through that. Now we make a new value area high, right? There's a new value area high right there. So now we got a zone to lean on, right? So value area high to VPOC, and I drew this in earlier, but you get the idea. Okay, from VPOC to value area high. Here's your resistance zone right here, okay? Anywhere in the resistance zone, you short it. As it pops up here, you short it. Pops up here, you short it. Pops up here, you short it. You don't need ICT. You don't need fair value gaps. You don't need any of that stuff, okay? All you need is value. And value, VWAP, and VPOC. And you can be successful, okay? I'm not sitting here, not necessarily knocking ICT, but this is cleaner, number one. This is cleaner, number two. This doesn't require any, special training or special indicators or special anything. You just put the dumb things on your chart and you draw. Here's your resistance zone, okay? Here's support, here's resistance. Boom, boom, boom. That's all you got, okay? So what happened? Popped up here, pin, and then sold off, okay? Came back up here. There's your VPOC. Sellers were, every time they came back here, sellers came in, and then all of a sudden, boom, what did they do? Sold it. Well, there's support, there's resistance. There's support down here. There's resistance up here. Where are you going to go? remember what I said back up in here that this zone, in this is a VWAP extension, goes from here to here, and then here back down to here. Those zones. Well, guess what? You don't necessarily need those, but I just drew in. Another way to draw it would be value area high, VPOC value area high, VPOC value area low. Okay, so you draw in your zones in right here, and here we go, down, down, down. Came back up. What do you have? You could have sold it as your one and done. You could have sold up here, right? Popped up. You got a value area high. Popped up. Boom. Sold it. Where are we going? We're going right back down to this guy. Right back to it. Okay. So right back to support zone. Rejected. Came back up here, past VWAP. Right. And you see all these pins up here. Now we've got a VPOC right there. Now we've got a VPOC at 5110. Right. What did it do? Popped up a couple of points. Boom. 5112. Back to RTH open. Right there. And boom, down we go. So you pay attention to these pins, pay attention to these VPOCs, pay attention to these levels. Look at that, RTH open. It came back down, pulled back up like it does. Remember I talked about the VWAP thing where you go through, tap back, and then down, right? That's what it did here. Came down, tap back, up to RTH open. It ran over VWAP. So if it runs over VWAP, okay, you can understand that the market's not respecting VWAP anymore. What are they respecting? Where your levels? There's RTH open. Obviously, you're respecting this zone here, which is right below RTH open. So that's what they're respecting, and then down, and then there's where the seller stepped in. Boom, and down we go again, right? Came back up to see if there was anybody back up here, and then down we go, and targeting Globex open, and that was the end of the day. It will probably sell back down here to that support zone and then go back up. It could go through that. It could pop back up to VPOC. You just want to watch. If you're trading Globex on Sunday night, you just might want to watch that and watch that zone, okay? Now, I think I talked about, did I talk about the 3-day cycle? I believe I did. Taylor trading technique back in the 40s, 30s and 40s, a guy named George Taylor came up with the idea that the market goes through approximately 3 or 3.5 day cycles, okay? Up and down, up and down, up and down, okay? So what we saw was, let's go back to Monday. We saw the exact same pattern on Monday. Look at that. The exact same pattern on Monday. Here's Sunday, coming into Monday, came back up, here's your value area high. Value area high, tried to push up to value area high, and then rejected it, okay? At RTH open, which is the exact same thing that did on Friday, okay? If we go back to Friday, look at that. Exact same thing. Boom. Reject. Boom. Down. Okay? There's Monday. Monday, value area high, value area low. Okay? Value area high, boom. There's RTH open, boom, rejected off that value area high. Perfect place to go short. They've already rejected it once. There's your second rejection. Okay? Boom, and down we go. Right? There it is. Now, what happened on Tuesday? Very, it's pretty predictable. Okay? So, what happened? You came back up. Now the market's respecting the monthly. Okay? So, there's the monthly VWAP. It came back up, rejected, down, 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 down we go. Down we go, down we go, down we go, down we go. Your sellers, a bunch of sellers came in. There's your zone, resistance zone right there, from the tops of the candles down to VPOC. There's your resistance zone, and you had some nice selling opportunities there. Came back up, rejected London open. Rejected London, well, it didn't come back up to London open, but it came back down. If you had been short here, you might have gotten stopped out. You come back when you came back through midnight open. You grab it again and short it. Okay, there is, and that was on the 9:30 candle. Pop back up and then rejected. Okay, you're retesting this stuff here. Boom. So pay attention to these retests. Pay attention to these pen zones there. So you can see that right there. If you draw a line right in there, and I'm looking to the left here. Okay, the top of that, basically the top of that candle there. Okay, so there's your resistance zone. There's your resistance zone. Didn't even come back to the resistance zone. What's that tell you? If it didn't come back to that resistance zone, it's going to sell big time, and that's exactly what it did, right? So you had a bunch of different opportunities at, well, admittedly, London open 3 o'clock in the morning, 2:55, 3 o'clock in the morning. Admittedly, you had a bunch of opportunities to get in short. There's your retest, back down, okay? So Monday was sell, Tuesday, sell, Wednesday. We're looking at more selling on Wednesday until about noon, okay? Wednesday is usually your turnaround day. The 3-day cycle is half day Sunday, and then Monday is a full day. Tuesday's a full day. Wednesday, half day. Okay, so there's your 3-day cycle right there. And then they start over, and then they buy it. That's exactly what happened. Okay. Came back, it wasn't noon. I mean, just approximately. Okay. Once it came back down here, now you start seeing these nice big green bars. People are buying it. Okay. And that was pretty much the end of the day. Sold at the end of the day, you got it. If you got out. If you didn't, then what you're looking for is you're going to the upside right there. And there's your cycle. There's your new cycle. Starts here. Your new cycle, boom, boom, boom. And you can see that setting up as the VPOC shifts down. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Back up. Buying and into Friday. Right? Remember that pattern I showed you just a couple of minutes ago? Popped up on Friday, boom. Now you're selling. Okay? So I anticipate some selling coming in. We might pop up back up to this area daily view opera VPOC, and then keep selling from there. But again, you've got your support and your resistance zones, and you're pretty much set up to watch Sunday's price action and see what happens. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from it. To look at kind of the broad stroke view of what's going on instead of, focused on every little bitty tick, because that'll drive you crazy, and it's very, very tiring to do that. Okay, where do we want to target? If you're gonna go short, okay, where are you gonna target? Okay, hey, there's a weekly VWAP down there, 50.38. There's a monthly VWAP at say 50.23. Okay. And then there is a previous, if you look, there's a previous VPOC right there at 49.77 and a previous value area low at 49.59.25. Okay, I like those VPOCs. The value area lows are sometimes not as reliable, but those VPOCs are very reliable. So if I was short, I'd be looking at using 77.25 as a target downside. And people go, well, that's a long way down, dude. Well, guess what? That's a long way up. If you look at it, that was a long flipping way up. From here all the way up. 49.7. That's where it was before. 49.750 and 49.59.25 on Wednesday. Okay. And then we bought that sucker all the way back up to here, 51.23. That's a long way up. That's a lot of money somebody made, right? And now they don't want to dump it at the end of Friday. They want to wait till Sunday night or Monday, maybe Globex on Monday, early Monday morning to start selling it. Okay, but that's what I would anticipate, and I would start taking targets off down here, 50.38, 50.23, and then watch that guy 49.77.50. You might want to also take, if you're taking multiples, 49.91.50. Just you just be scaling out down here, okay, and maybe at 50.31.75, which was Thursday's. That was Thursday morning, Thursday low, bought it there. You can see the cyclical market nature of the markets if you look at it on a little bit higher time frame. I don't like to do the dailies because it's just there's not enough candles for me in there. I like the 10-minute. Sometimes I'll go to an hour chart, but that's basically that's the highest I will go because I do want to see these levels. I want to see these levels in here. I want to see how price action moves. And you can see beautiful, beautiful, beautiful price action on Friday. Back up here and then back down. Hope this has been helpful. And we will see you in Globex or see you tomorrow.